Hi, welcome to Ensign Equipment. I'm Drew Middlecamp, sales engineer here, and today we've got an application spotlight on this dust containment lift and dump that you see behind us. It has a auto package and a 12-foot discharge, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the process of how we got to building this for our customer. We had a customer that came to us with a challenge. They had a metal dust that they needed to get into their gravity-fed extrusion process. Their current process was really archaic. They had an operator in a separate portion of their building. He had to slowly dump each drum. They get them in 55-gallon drums, their material. And he had to wear extra PPE because if it's ingested, it can be hazardous. So then he had to take a high-low, bring it into their process facility, put it up high, another safety challenge that they had. And at that time, they finally had their material up. And in the meantime, when he had that down, they didn't have any material in their process. So came to us looking to improve their efficiency and their safety on this. So we put our heads together and came up with something that we're really excited about. So as you'll see behind me, we have this lift and dump, which we've highlighted before. We can post a link of that below. Encourage you to go take a look at that. But what we'd really like to highlight on this is a couple things that we did to help them. We were able to maintain ground entry with our lift and dump. So now an operator can just use a simple pallet jack if they need to. They don't have to have a high-low. And also they can do it right within their material process. They don't have to do it in a different room. So a few things that they had their 55-gallon drums, and they would come in open-topped. They do come in open-topped, and they'd get material contaminants, whether it's chunks of pallets or somebody throws in a paper towel in there. They couldn't let that get into their extrusion process. They would also get smaller fines that were too big for their extrusion process. So we came up with a two-stage filtering system for them. The first thing that we did was this 2x8 back rack. This was going to be for the primary contaminations of pallets or a screwdriver or something like that. It's not going to be able to flow through there. This kick bar down here is as far as they're able to insert the pallet in, and as that material, or as that bucket tips, the material is going to flow over that grating and keep any contaminations out. The second is a 1/8 inch screen for the dust itself. Anything bigger than that is going to give their extrusion line issues. So we're able to put that in the neck of our pneumatic opening door here, and that's going to allow only material that is meant for their extrusion process to enter their material flow. So because it's a dust containment unit, we've got these doors on here. Operator can use a pallet jack or a high-low, opening up high-lows for other areas and reducing safety risk of having high-lows in high traffic areas. So if you want to come over here, I'll show you how the auto sequence works, which is another thing that we're really excited that we're able to do for the customer. Because the material has to flow through that 1/8 inch grate, it's going to take a lot more time than material that might just flow free from a dumper into a bin. So what we were able to do is with this bin that we also created over here, we were able to put a high and a low level sensor on there, and those are vibrating tuning forks, which is a pretty neat thing that we got to work with this material. And how that works is as the bucket goes up and connects with this bin that'll be sitting on a stand that they already have at their facility, the door will mate, and a pneumatic actuated arm will push that door open. The material will flow through the screen into this bin, and it'll cover up the sensors. And as it uncovers over the high level sensor, we know that all the material has been evacuated, knowing then that the dumper can go back down to the home position and all the material has evacuated out of the dumper and nothing is left in there to come back and make a mess in the bucket. So we're really excited we were able to do that for the customer, and now I'd like to show you how it works. Well, as you can see, whether it's a heavy metallic powder, a plastic, or whatever your process is that needs some efficiencies or some help, we should have a solution for you. We hope this video brought you some value. Please share it with your cohorts. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.